Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back to another episode of the Heart to Heart Podcast. As always, I'm the host, Gregory Hart. And on this week's episode, we're going to talk about cocaine, booga sugar, white girl. You know what I mean? Talk about some politics. Kidding. That sounds like it sucks. We're gonna talk about a couple things. Reels, groceries, waking up early. What the fuck you doing with your life? You being a fucking loser? Don't be a loser. Be a fucking winner. I don't know what that really means. I thought I knew what it meant. I feel like at a young age, you start off, you're like, I'm gonna fucking be someone, like maybe a police officer or a firefighter, or that's how it started, really young age, probably like 2, 3 years old, not knowing what the fuck you want to be or where you want to go. You want to shoot people? Put your fucking hands in the air. Or I'll fucking clock it. You know what I mean? You want to be stronger, tougher. You want to be a fucking superhero. You start off at probably like, I want to be Iron Man. Then you're like, I want to be a police officer. I want to fucking, lay down the law. Give people traffic tickets and help cars cross the road because people are fucking useless at reading directions. Anyway, then you go to like more of a practical career. You're like, I said I want to be a carpenter. And then I was like, you know what? I want to work all year round. Because at the original, I didn't think like, carpenters could work in the winter. Anyway, Robitussin. Then I went to, I want to be an electrician. Then I said I want to be in sales. Now I just want to podcast, make people laugh, do stand-up comedy, travel the fucking world, and not pay people that aren't me money to do things. You know what I mean? Anyway, this doesn't happen for everyone. I think that maybe some people have a hidden dream they don't tell people about because they're just like, that's fucking weird. That's not the standard way. I should just, get up tomorrow morning, become 16, find a lover. Maybe that's young. By the age of 20, find a lover. By the age of 25, find a lover. Date them for 3 years, get engaged, get married, have a baby, buy a house. Then later on, be fucking miserable and be 40 and be like, why the fuck didn't I do those things when I was younger? You know what I mean? You always run into those older people and they're like, oh, if I was you, just, you're young, you're still able to walk up and down the stairs without hurting. You should travel, see the world, do things. Back when I was your age, I used to climb up hydro poles and throw dimes at losers. And I used to, huck soap bars on the floor and fuck people in the ass. I don't know. They used to do some wild shit, and apparently we're just a bunch of pussies now. We're on some tangents here. I don't know how many jobs there's going to be, how many fucking realistic workers they're going to have. I think that the world is starting to change to robots, and people are like, I don't understand. You're taking away jobs from people. It's just I think they're just preparing for the generation below me who's I ain't working for fucking you to take half my money. I'm just going to, stay at home, show my tits, maybe shove a corn in my ass, a cob of corn in my ass, and make more money than a fucking CEO. We don't know. We don't know. But it does seem practical ish. You know what I mean? You imagine, let's just say your mom, your mom, just think about your mom right now. Okay, she's at home, just being a nice old mom. She makes dinner and cleans and cooks and takes care of the kids, and the dad is the only one that's ever worked, and he plays golf with his buddies and gets bitched at by his wife. And anyway, let's just say she was offered this, okay? Let's just say your mom could spread her legs on camera and make $180,000 a year. Now, let's just imagine your mom was offered that before she had you. Do you think you'd still be here? Doubt it. People don't do it because they don't want to be judged. Yeah, judge me in my sick fucking house, car, and the fact that I work for 4 hours a week, clocking, you know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? There's a lot of things I would do for $180,000 a year, and I would not be proud of most of them. but I'd still put them on the resume so I could get the next thing. Anyway, okay, so like people used to shit on the younger generation, still do. It's kind of a hard thing to hear sometimes. Like they're so fucking, and I'm not talking all of them. I'm talking a good percentage, at least around where I'm from, like, small town Canada, we're dealing with that fun stuff of politics and people, and it's just a lot of fun. Anyway, we deal with a lot of the older generation shitting on us. And like only recently have I decided like I'm not gonna take it. I still love y'all. I still do. You guys were born in a different fucking time, different things. You were told by the generation above you. But it's so funny. Like just this past weekend, I was out setting up a hockey rink, like putting on the boards and hammering the stakes in to hold the boards up. 'Cause we build quite a big hockey rink, so we need to be able to hold the weight. And one of the old boys that was always like, your generation doesn't work hard enough and fucking work a full day and work 8 hours and bust your ass. And now they have fucking knees that are fucked. They know who I'm talking about. They'd be open to me talking about it because they'd probably talk about it in person. Now they're kind of like fucking people, kids. I work with a guy and he jumps off the truck all the time, and I keep telling him like, don't fucking do that. You're gonna regret that one day when your fucking legs hurt. And I'm like, at what point in your life did you realize, like, I'm going to stop, playing the, like, tough guy, work hard, break your body, be a fucking man, to, my fucking legs hurt, and I have a hard time sitting down to pee at night because my legs are fucking stiff as fuck. You know what I mean? When you start to piss like a lady, but you put your fucking feet up on the tub so you don't have to bend your knees because they're bitched. You know what I mean? It just seems like over time, each generation is starting to realize how much crap they took from the generation before, and they're not going to give it to the next. You know what I mean? The next and the next. Like, do I still think that people should go to work? Yeah, work. Don't stay at home unless you actually need to, like you're hurt or disabled or dyslexic or diabetic or have, you can't do gluten, or if you can't do gluten, don't go to work. You might as well work from home. There's a lot of gluten at work, and maybe you're lactose intolerant, and don't eat cheese. Don't eat. You can't. If you go to work, there's a good chance you eat cheese. You can't work at a cheese factory anyway. So I'm just starting to understand it over the years. There's a lot of wild shit you hear from that generation. You just don't know what to say. You don't want to be mad at them. They fucking raised you. They raised all this, but it's just hard. It's hard to sit there and listen to some of them complain about our generation when they either raised us or raised the generation that raised us. And I fucking love all of them. Every single one of them. Love you. Would love to have some beers with you. Talk about your past. Talk about the things that you learned on your way up. Talk about how your knees don't work and your hands hurt and they're swollen. You got arthritis. I'm not saying people my age won't, because like we type and we still do things with our hands, like fucking in the shower, giving it the old 1-2 punch. I get thinking some days about all the shit that you hear about now, like how fucked up the world is and how bad we are at one thing and how great we are at the next thing, and we're not prioritizing the right thing at the right time, and we're allowing people to get away with bullshit. And it just seems like maybe these things were always happening, but you have such an accessible way of seeing it and hearing it that you're just thinking that it's so much more common. And it lets people get their opinion out much broader, so it lets more people hear it and more people understand it and more people take it in and maybe come to that opinion and agree with it. Maybe it's the issue, but I feel like there was always these issues. Not at the same scale because of how fast you can. Like, I could call a guy a fucking bitch all the way across the world. I've done it. I played Xbox. I played Call of Duty. I fucking said some cancelable shit on that system. Like, I'm going to say that I don't think anyone's ever played Call of Duty and not said some stuff that is not okay nowadays. Not a race thing. More of like a sexuality thing. You used to chirp your buddies, and like that shit doesn't fly anymore, and I understand. The only people that seem to understand and not care is the gays anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that I'm gay. Thought about it before. My dad told me that I could be if I wanted to be, but I decided not. I just like women too much, I'm not against it. Maybe bisexual someday. We don't know. I'm still young. I'm 28. Maybe I'll be bisexual at 50. Maybe it'll be really gross and weird. We don't know yet. Still a long way away. Anyway, they seem to take the chirps and the jokes the easiest. The most people that give a fuck or have something to say about it is some white mom from the city. I don't understand. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm only seeing a small percentage of it. I could be wrong. I'm a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Wow, what a wild TED Talk. I just think people get away with murder now that they can hide in their house from it. I just can't imagine. Imagine if, like, let's just put this into perspective. Let's just put this as like an example, like we're doing like a TV skit or something. Okay, so tomorrow we put 10 individuals in a time machine. Okay, we send them back to 1950. There's 2 people that are currently 18. There's 2 people that are 9. There's 2 people that are 30. And there's 2 people that are 25. Don't know why I put those in such a terrible order. 9, 13, 18, 25, and 35? I don't know. Anyway, bunch of people under the age of 30, in between the ages of 30 and like 9 years old. Okay, we send them back to 1950. How fucking long do you think before they get arrested? How long before someone said something and they were like, you can't say that? And they're like, I can fucking say whatever I want, you little bitch. And they're just like, and like, I might be one of them. I'm fucking 28. I might go back to that time, have 5 pints with a guy, and then like disagree with something he said and get clocked in the face, and I don't have what it takes. I'll forget where I am and shit my pants. I have head trauma. You know what I mean? I got head trauma. I had a concussion. And I don't even know if they knew what that was back in 1950, okay? I would tell them one thing. I'd say, one of these days, there's going to be robots around here, and everyone's going to talk on these fucking 4-inch by 2-inch things in their pockets they can call fucking NASA if they want to. Yeah, and then everyone's going to have these little tiny planes in their fucking back pocket that they can throw up and drive around within like 5 square kilometers and take videos of your fucking property. And you can't shoot it down because that's destruction to property. And they'll be like, we're going to fucking lock you up and throw away the fucking keys because you're not making any sense, you crazy bastard. What if we never started the development? What if we never started? Holy fucking shit. Can you tell I have brain trauma? What if we never started developing the phone? Like, what if we just still had a home phone? That's how you communicated. There was still internet, so you could be really fast over a computer, but we never had it in our pocket. That technology never came. We never had it in our pocket. So if you wanted to sit there and scroll through shit, you had to do it from a desktop. I could do it while driving 130 kilometers an hour down the fucking highway. I wouldn't, but you could. You could sit there mucking a cheeseburger that you just got because it took 7.5 seconds to make while fucking flipping through TikTok, seeing a girl's big tits jump around while she's playing golf better than fucking you can, and put your feet up and let your car drive it fucking self. Tell someone that in 1950. Yeah. Hold on a minute, I'm getting text massages. Text massages. Let's fucking mute that for a hot second here. Now, just imagine. Now, imagine you pulled someone out of 1950 and brought them right back to now. And they're like, where am I? Why are you talking into that little fucking microphone? I'm like, I'm talking to the fucking planet. He'd be like, what? I'm like, oh yeah. I can tell your great ancestors right now that are fucking 19 continents away that they can fucking eat my ass. And there's nothing they can do about it. And he'd be like, you're fucking crazy. Oh, how times have changed. Even think about it when I was born in 1995. Now imagine at that moment you told someone, hey, just so you know, in 28 years from now, there will be this this arena, this concert venue in Las Vegas called the Sphere, where the entire outside and the entire inside are made of LED screens, and it makes an entire picture, and it's like 18 fucking stories tall. I don't know exactly how tall it actually is, and it costs like $1 billion. What do you think about that? They're like, you're fucked. And I'm like, look at it. See it? It fucking winks at you, dude. A building just winked at you. That's a wild thing to say. Imagine that on a headline in 1950. In 2023, this man says there will be a giant circle building that winks at you. There's flying little drones that'll fucking shoot your house down, and there's a robot you can buy that'll jerk you off at the table while you eat Thanksgiving. Like, it's true. It's true. And we're gonna give you a fuck. Imagine this. Like, a guy just got back from World War II, and you're telling him about the future, and you're like, hey, you're going to have a fucking pressure cooker in your house one day, and you're going to use it to make fucking frozen chicken into fettuccine. How about them apples? You know what I mean? That'd be so crazy. Holy shit. You're going to have this air fryer? And they're like, what now? This sounds like something that would be in, Germany back then. Um, and like, you can put fucking potatoes in it, and 7 minutes later, they'll be crispy French fries. And they're like, you need to fucking get off the medication you're on, because it's fucking, yep, none of this shit makes sense. And you're like, dude, imagine, like, the burner you set your pot on? Yeah, now imagine you put that at the top of a bowl, okay? And then you put a fan above the burner, and you just blow the fucking hot air at something. That's called an air fryer. And it fucking works quite well, and it took us way too much time to figure it out. Like, we've been eating soggy French fries from the fucking oven for 100 years, when we could have just put a fan on the burner and made a little tiny self fucking pot of goodness. You can make your own chicken string fingers now. You don't even need oil. It's way healthier for you. You still get the egg, flour, and fucking chicken, but fucking you don't get the oil. Don't want to be a fatty anymore? Get an air fryer. You know what I mean? It's 1950. Fuck, I love these scenarios. It's 1950, and we teleport. We time travel. 4 vegans, a vegetarian, and a person that 4 vegans, a vegetarian, someone that can't eat wheat. And we send them into like a diner in 1950, whatever the fuck that looks like, on a hay bale with a fucking horse pulling it behind. I don't fucking know. There was cars, obviously. 1950, 56, 50, 50, 64. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's like a Studebaker or something. I don't fucking know. It was fucking a year ancient ago. Ancient. Anyway, it's funny. There's people listening to this that are fucking born in that time. Anyway, so like, you send a couple vegans, gluten free, and someone who can't eat wheat, which I think is gluten. Yeah, sorry. A couple vegans, vegetarian, and someone that's gluten free, and you send them into a restaurant. I just want to know the opinion of the person that says, what can I get for you, doll? And they're like, I will take a gluten free sub, no mayo because there's eggs in it and that kills animals, and I will get tofu on it, but hold the cheese because, like, I don't do dairy. Um, and I'll get almond milk with, that's good. And they're like, what the fuck did you just say? When the fuck did we start milking almonds? And what the fuck is gluten-free bread? What is gluten? Like, we didn't even know what fucking gluten was, and all of a sudden we can't fucking eat it. And I do feel for the people who can't. I get it. I've had some bowel movements that are pretty rough after having some Mickey D's, and if I had that every time I ate bread, I'd probably fucking still eat bread. But I wouldn't love it. My ass wouldn't love it. My hemorrhoids wouldn't love it, and I'd be fucking rolling through the paper towel. But toilet paper? Anyway, this has been a fresh slice. I'm doing this because, thought last minute, fuck, I don't have an episode, and I'm not missing another fucking day of not releasing an episode. So hopefully you enjoy it, love your life, live a little, wake up earlier, go after your fucking dreams, and fuck what everyone else says. Just because people are older than you and they're giving you facts, and I do agree they have a lot to teach you and a lot to learn from, and a lot of things that maybe they did wrong that they want to give you opinions on, but don't fucking change your life around it. Be the person you want to be. Go after the shit that you want to do. Be a fucking hero. When you were a kid, you wanted to be Iron Man. Be your own fucking hero now. Save your own fucking life. Don't sit at a 9 to 5 job, pissed off every fucking day, miserable, being the negative Nelly every day because you fucking hate your life. For what? So that you can afford a 30 pack of beer, a pack of cigarettes, and maybe like a fucking one concert every 9 months? Why? Downsize, travel. That's how I want to live. So you do you. Love ya. See you never.